fuck her things. And tell her blow another 5, cause we running things. Hey, baby, we need time away. Ay. Take you to a finer day. Let me buy you the designer things. Everything you wasn't trying to pay. Ay, ay. Baby, we can find a way. Ay. Let me think about it, find a way. Ay. Cause maybe it's a better way. Ay. And maybe I can get you everything. Ay. And maybe we need time away. Ay.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, well, now you know. Y'all know that y'all got us in here. Y'all is tuned in to the next episode of the Perspective Podcast, where we're here to change your perspective.
And elevate your mindset.
Man, we here to elevate y'all. We here to make sure that y'all get a new understanding, a new perspective. We want you to be better. So thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate your time, attention, and your just ability and willingness to get a new perspective. I think that's the biggest thing, man. A lot of people, we appreciate your time because that's currency. We appreciate your attention because that's currency. But also your willingness to have an open mind, because I believe that's currency as well. So we just appreciate y'all. Y'all know that y'all got Roman here with you.
Joshua, as always.
Yeah, man. You know we here regardless every Wednesday. So make sure you tap in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Y'all know that we're going to be dropping new episodes. So make sure you tuned in. Make sure you sending it to your people. Make sure you tap that little bell icon if you're watching on YouTube. Yeah, make sure you do that post notification if you've seen this on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you have it saved on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you got it on Spotify. You know, wherever you get your podcast is from, wherever you want to feel edified. I hope that you really tapped in, and I hope you really locked into the movement. Man, you gotta be locked in, or you might miss the train. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? It don't come back around.
Yeah.
But it comes every week though. Every week it shows up. Every week. If you missed the last train, get on the next one, because it's gonna be here next Wednesday. So y'all know that we always give you guys new perspectives and a new understanding that I think we deal with every week. It's been a pleasure for this last year and a half to be able to sit down and have new perspectives and have a better conversation every week. You know, this is not only something that we do because we enjoy and love being able to give you guys a new perspective, but I think it has saved my life. It has given us an ability, because we've had these conversations from way before having a podcast. We would sit down and have long 3-hour conversations about just being introspective of ourselves and the things that we deal with, the things that we struggle with. So this is really just our conversation, and we're allowing you guys to be a part of it, and we want you guys to be a part of it. We want this to be a conversation so that we can all share different perspectives, because it doesn't mean just because we have a mic that our perspective is right, and just because you don't right now, it doesn't mean yours is wrong. It just means that we have different ways of looking at similar issues, similar topics that we might discuss, and we want to hear your perspective, because it doesn't mean that you're right or wrong. It just means that there's different ways of being able to see the same side of the coin, just by different angles, right? So today's episode is big, man, because more than anything, we are travelers. We are people that are always out of the country, always moving and shaking and being able to see different things. And we've been able to see different things because of the places that we've been able to go. But this year's been a little different. Mm-hmm. It's been a crazy 2025, and unfortunately, we haven't had the time to be able to get away. And I think I came to you, it was like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, man, I don't know what it is. I just feel so... I'm ready to go, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't realize that it really was just the fact that we haven't been able to get time away from our mundane or from our schedule, from our routine. And usually it's like we don't go 3 months without getting on a plane somewhere, man. I miss the way that the airport smells, or the way that the plane, the smells and the takeoff and being able to have your bag and going through those tunnels, you know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest thing that we have to speak about when it comes to today's episode is having time away. And that could be physically having time away, and it could also be mentally having time away and having time to have a moment to recollect your thoughts, recollect your year, reposition your year. You know, when you're about to when you're playing basketball, for instance, we are in playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Memphis in 5. Yeah. I just want you to know.
Let's hope.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, I mean, but when we think about basketball, you know, when trying to take the perfect shot, sometimes you have to reposition yourself to be able to get the perfect shot, right? Or get a good shot. You know, you can have your back to the basket and backing down someone. Pause. But it might not be the best shot until you pivot and you get out of position to be able to get a better looking shot to the basket. And I think that's when I think about having time away from our mundane lives and the routine of just everyday life, is being able to pivot out of different places that you think that you're in today to be able to get a better shot, to have the focus and mental fortitude to be able to move forward and do something that reinvigorates you, that makes you feel alive, that makes you work towards your purpose. You know, having that time away and that space away, both mentally and physically, to be able to recollect your thoughts. Because we only get one chance at this life, we talk about it so many times, not being able to respawn like it's a video game. It's so important to have time away from what we're going through to focus on what we want to get to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can only get a clear picture if you step back and you get the whole frame.
Facts.
You know, sometimes you're in it too deep and you don't get, I think we talked about it before, full resolution. Like, you need to step back and get a clear view. And that's the only way to really know the next steps that you should take in your life. And that takes rest. That takes, you know, mental stations. And I think I talked about this before too. If your life's too hectic and you can't get those time away, those breaks, taking those mental stations, whether that be on the drive home or whether that be in the shower, or whether that be
Concerts.
during workouts and stuff like that, like just finding those little gaps and those compound, and that's all you really have if your day's like too hectic. So yeah, I mean, what helps with no trips, I just be looking at the old photos, videos, you know, that's all I got right now, and that's giving me, like, if I close my eyes, I'm there.
If you really squint, that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
You gotta
like
really.
I'm there. It's my background. I'll put it on as my phone background for a week.
Yeah, you feel like you're there.
I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there, bro.
Isn't that so funny how you could have an experience and go through an experience, and a video, a song, a smell can take you right back to those experiences and those adventures. You know what I'm saying? We've been able to see so much of the world, and there's little things that we'll go through and we'll be like, man, you remember? Oh, you remember? You know what I'm saying? And having that time away, that time to being able to, we spend so much time working on ourselves, being introspective of ourselves, understanding ourselves, alone with ourselves. And sometimes you also need time away from the grind to be able to give you that energy to push past some of those more monotonous moments, some of those more mundane moments, right? I say it because, you know, the grind isn't all sunshines and roses, and it isn't all fun, and it isn't all being able to do all of this
at all.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to say it, because I think so many people feel like, you know, you're in the grind and you're having fun. Nah.
Yeah, the grind is meant to be held.
Yeah, man. It takes a lot. It takes a toll on you. And when you have time away to be able to relax and rejuvenate yourself and replenish yourself, it allows you to be able to go through and sustain your grind a lot longer.
Actually, you know, I take that back. I think the grind, and this is like a perspective I've been changing in my own life, I don't think the grind should be held. I think it could be having flowers and that same fun situation, smiles. I think it should be that. You know, we live in like that grind should be hell and it should be tinted. But like, nah, you can make it so that it's happy. Like, I was always in the, I have to suffer. That's how I get there. I have to suffer.
Always.
It's like, maybe that's not it. Maybe you don't have to necessarily suffer. Because it's all perspective. Like, you define it as suffering. And you can say, nah, this is just bringing me closer. This is what needs to be done. Like, you put unnecessary negative connotations to things that happen, you know? So maybe it's a happy situation.
You always feel like you gotta struggle to make it worth it, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always
I mean,
been your perspective.
That's definitely it. Like, you gotta, if you get it all willy-nilly, it's not even gonna feel good.
I think
just get
that
thrown into you, it's not even gonna feel like, you're not even gonna value it.
yes or no, because again, it's
You know what I
perspective.
mean?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I put in the work sometime to be able to reap the benefits and the rewards of what I'm getting today, right? I think it was Joey Badass that said, the life that you live today is a reflection of the thoughts that you had in the past, right? So just because you feel like something was handed to you and you felt like I didn't deserve this, you might say that because of the season that you're in today, feeling like you haven't put in the work to be able to obtain the thing that God has given you.
Yeah.
But you don't know that beforehand, you already put in the effort, you put in the work, you put in the time to be able to receive it, because no one gives you anything for free.
Yeah.
Nobody puts
And
anything in your hand.
maybe that's also it too.
It's a perspective.
So if I get something, I'm automatically on alert.
For sure, because
know
we
what I
always
mean?
feel like there's always ulterior motives
Nothing's
to
for
the
free.
reason why I'm getting it.
Yeah.
But if you've already put in the work in other seasons of your life and reap it in different seasons, I think I look at it like this. Biblically, I think when you pray for something, when you ask God for something, right? He doesn't, well, most of the time, he doesn't just give it to you tomorrow. He doesn't say, well, you prayed there, here, boom, it's right there.
Tough.
I think it was, I want to say Steve Harvey, but it was somebody that said that when you pray for something, God delivers it. He sends it, right? And it's like Amazon. You think it's Prime because you're expecting it to come tomorrow. He sent the package. He just hasn't told you the delivery date for it. So you now have prayed for healing, for understanding, for a renewed mind, for time away, for finances, whatever you prayed for a better relationship with him. You desire for it to come on your time.
Yeah.
For the time that you believe that you deserve it. But he can wait, because right now, if he gives it to you now, it isn't in the right season, and you won't value what it is that you've been given.
Yeah.
But when in his right time he gives it to you, then you'll be able to reap the benefit of the reward of it, and you might feel like, do I deserve this?
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like.
But
I
you
don't
prayed
deserve
for
it.
that 3 years ago.
Okay.
He gave it to you in the time that you needed it to be able to push past whatever you were going through.
Okay, like in that situation, if
Please.
I pray for something, I
Yeah.
feel like what God does is, like you say, you pray, God, give me wisdom. And we've heard it. God, you ask God for wisdom, he gives you experiences and challenges to overcome.
that, yeah.
So it's like, sometimes it feels like I just automatically got wisdom in the same sense of what we're saying. I've been blessed something. And it's like, I didn't earn it yet. I didn't go through the experiences and challenges to gain it. So it's like, is that God giving it to me or the devil? Because that's what the devil does. Devil gives you what you want right now. I heard this video today, literally before we came here. And the girl was like, old woman, she was like, oh my gosh, what she say? The devil gives you what you want, because if you have everything you want, you'll never ask for God.
You'll never be dependent
You'll
on
never
God.
be dependent on God. So
Yeah.
it's like, if I've been given something, I'm automatically questioning it. And I guess that's like a battle to understand where I'm getting it from. You know what I'm saying? Who am I getting this from?
Yeah, and I think that's where you talk about discernment.
Yeah.
That's when you talk about having the ability to understand what is of God and what isn't of God. Because you're right. If you have two parents and one of them gives you everything you want, as soon as you ask for it, they give it to you, right?
Yeah.
You won't even go to the other parent and ask them for anything, because you know, oh, mom's gonna get that for me,
got it.
right? She gonna give it to me, right? And the problem is that it doesn't mean that the person that doesn't give it to you right away doesn't love you. It just means that they love you enough to give it to you in the right season. And I think that's when we talk about God and we talk about what gifts are really given to you in the right time. Because I believe that God loves you immensely. I know that God loves you immensely. And so because of his love for you, he also understands, just like a parent to a child, I can't give you ice cream or candy at 12 o'clock at night, because I know
Or
it's
ever.
not going to be, well, ever is, yeah, but I can't give it to you at a time when I know you're supposed to be sleeping. You're supposed to be at rest. You're supposed to have the time to rejuvenate yourself. It's just not the right time. But now if it's noon, it's different than being midnight.
Yeah.
So if I give it to you at noon in midday, and now you have that candy or you have those sweets or whatever, now you're able to go through your day and tire yourself out and help you to go through and go along in your day. It might help you to be able to get through your day. But if I give it to you at midnight, it might not be that the thing that I'm giving you is bad, but in the wrong season, it's bad, right? And so because of that, I think that God, he knows the right timing.
Yeah.
You know, that we're this episode will be dropping after Resurrection Sunday and after Easter. And I think the importance of when we think about Easter and we think about, not Easter, when we think about Resurrection Sunday and the price that Jesus paid for us, then we have to also understand that he didn't want, let me say this, Jesus wanted to die for our sins.
Yeah.
If you really read, and I'm gonna say that it was the Garden of Gethsemane that he sat there and asked God, is there any other way? Is there any, I know what I'm about to go through. Is there any other way? I don't want to have to go through those 39 lashes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to go through that. I don't want to have to go through carrying a 200 to 300 pound cross on my back and carrying it miles, kilometers. I don't want to have to go through that. I don't want to have to go through being publicly humiliated and spat on and having a crown of thorns in my head and getting it twisted in my head. I don't want to have to go through that pain. But for your salvation, for your peace, for your eternal life, I'll do it. When God gives us trials and tribulations, he's doing it to make us stronger. Just like a good parent, when they give you trials and tribulations, when they ask you to do something and might not explain themselves, when they give you the gifts and the presents, they have to have the forethought and the foresight to see past today, to see past your season today, and determine, is this beneficial to where they need to be, yes or no. And a good parent says, whether you're crying for it or not, I'm giving it to you because you deserve, but even bigger than deserving, because you need in this season, because it is beneficial for you in this season to be able to move forward.
Like, do you feel like you've ever gotten something that you shouldn't have gotten?
I guess I couldn't know.
I mean, it's a question of destiny. It's
Yeah,
question of,
yeah. I guess it's
like,
I would never know, right?
I believe I've gotten things I shouldn't have gotten.
You think so?
But then again, it's up to me to make it something I should have got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's how you deal with the gifts that have been given to you.
And I think there's stuff I wish I gotten that would have turned me up, and I didn't get. So it's like
we would have.
It could have went both ways.
Yeah, you know.
But I guess that's the faith in his plan and that he has for us,
Man.
and they're just following that. But it's like you just hope you get everything you need to in the moment, and that you can work with that to go where you need to go. And it's just like,
you know,
when
discussing a good parent, a good father, a good mother, sometimes like I don't know if you remember growing up, and you know our parents were something else. We've had times where they'd make us get ready for school. You know what I mean? Get up early in the morning, get some food, go through the whole process, drive us to school. So we're thinking, oh my gosh, man, another day I gotta go to school. I think it was like a Friday, and they're like, oh my gosh, man, we gotta go to school again. You remember? Yeah. And we drive to the school, and we're just about to get out, and I think they pulled off, and we was like,
yeah, well, God.
man, what? Yeah, like, are you? We gotta go to school. We got class. I gotta go see my friends, my homies, you know. And we were like, yo, what? And I remember them turning, and they're driving away, and they bring us back home, and we're like, yo, why didn't we go to school? Like we needed to go to school, and they were like, oh no, we going out of the country, or we going to Great Wolf Lodge, or we're going to, you know what I'm saying?
That.
We missed.
I think
school.
It was, yeah, okay. I remember it was Terry Fox Day. That's what
was
it was.
This?
It was Terry Fox Day.
So it's like a day we weren't even doing classes anyways.
Those are the
latest days. Those are the latest days.
And we still didn't care.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But in the season, some parents would look at it like, why would you take them out of school?
Yeah.
Right? The gift of school is to learn, is to be educated. But our parents understood that you need time away. You need time away from the things that we're going through, the things that just to have a reset. And I think that also implanted into us growing up and being and now being older is the understanding of you need time away. Sometimes you need a break from your mundane. And so I employ everyone to travel. I employ everyone to see the world, to have new experiences, to eat. If you cannot afford to go away, to have your mind to be able to go to new places that you never thought that you could go. You could be trapped and jailed mentally before you are physically. Be able to go past your state, go past your province, go past your street corner, go past your country, be able to see things and open up your mind to be able to have time away from what you're going through today, because it's bigger than that, man. I thank God for the parents that we had that allowed us to have the moments to be able to get away from our mundane, to be able to get away from our routine. We were synonymous to always go away the first week of school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first week of school, you never seen us, man. We were always gone. And it was just the perfect time to travel for us, right? But it was that time away, that time to be able to say, yo, hey, this is, maybe it was cheaper. Maybe it was cheaper. It probably was cheaper them times.
Because it's summertime.
Yeah.
Ended, everyone's out
Everybody
school,
going back to school,
time.
and now it's like, you know what I'm saying?
You were alive. It was always your birthday.
It was my birthday. I was like,
Every time,
party up here.
Yeah.
Like, I was going crazy. But having that time away and having that time to be able to get your mind right, man. I if you don't hear anything else from this podcast, from this episode, I hope that you get time away to be able to be healthy and have understanding of mind first, to be able to rejuvenate your physical body, to be able to replenish and pour into your soul. Yeah. Have time to be away, to then when you get back to your everyday, to be able to go at it 110%. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I think like time away doesn't have to be a big flip of like going on a trip. Time away could mean time away from habits. Could be time away from people. Yeah. Like it could be just anything. And this is why I've literally been on that flex for a while, just like picking something in my life and be like, let me take a month away from it. And what I've realized is like by, like I said, taking a step back, you get to see how that one action is impacting other actions in your life. And you get to like, it's weird. It's like when you have someone in your life and you're neglecting them, and then it's only until they leave that you realize how much value they placed in your life. And you have to do the same thing with habits, people, relationships, time spent on things. Like by stepping away, you get that lens, that different filter on it, and then you can see if this is a positive or a negative, and get to move forward. So it's like, yo,
man, you only know what you missed out on.
Yeah.
When it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you might not have it anymore, when it might not be in your life anymore.
I be realizing maybe I should quickly, like, I like something. Maybe I should dub it off rip just to see if it's really that
toxic. Yeah.
You put that as toxic?
I think it's manipulative in terms of being able to try to control the things that we can't control.
I'm not controlling nothing but what I can't.
I hear what you're saying.
Back.
I'm saying that if we take it and now apply that to so many other aspects. Yeah. Because you're right in terms of how will I know if it's really for me if it doesn't come back? You know, the famous saying
Not that.
Oh, okay.
Not that. How will I know if it's really for me if when I step away things change? How would things change?
But
not necessarily it will come back or... Not necessarily it'll come back. Just like,
baby, come back.
How is my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have it in your life, you leave, you dub it, or you're not for a week, and you see, like, bro, I'm not feeling good. Or it's on my mind.
I feel off a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, with my little yeah.
Do something
with
about
my little yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. But I think when we think about it, if no matter what is for me will be for me. Yeah. Right? And just because in the season today that I'm in, I might not have the understanding to know that this is what's for me. Some people wait until it's too late to be able to understand, damn, that was a good person. That was a good opportunity. That was a moment in my life. Don't be that person that has to wait until after to realize the value of it, what it was in the moment.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That gets big. Don't be that person that has to wait until it's gone, until it's out of your life, until the season has passed, to be able to have the understanding to know, whoa, that I should have paid more attention to, because we all go through it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm 25, and I've gone through experiences where I'm like,
fighting the urge to say, damn.
I knew that was you were waiting for that.
Fight the urge.
But I'm saying I've been through experiences where I'm like, damn, I wish I paid more attention to that. I wish I valued that more in the season. And God will give you an opportunity to get your lick back.
Yeah. In the same, like, I'm 20, and I'd be looking at things like, damn, I wish I took away from that, or I stepped back from, like, bro, you put way too much into that. You should have moved off of that way sooner. You know what I mean? You should took time away.
Preacher. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like that same, like, you gotta go through it. Unfortunately, we gotta have those scars to know to avoid fights.
Bro, hey,
you know what I mean?
and I say it because you are the last born in our family.
Yes, sir.
Your ability is the fact that you've been able to see other people before you to see the mistakes that they've made. I've made a lot
Yeah.
a lot of mistakes.
Times two. Like, damn, bro. Like, you didn't leave nothing out for me to do new. Like, bro, you ran through the list. It's like, God damn. Like, bro, can you chill?
Okay, nigga,
I can't do nothing new. Mom and dad already knew all the tricks. Like, anyways.
You're horrible. I just
Say something for me. That's all I was saying.
I was
Creative.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, it was there. But I, yo, I've gone through a lot. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I did more than I was supposed to do, and so because of that, you are able to see the mistakes that I made, and I was very transparent with the mistakes that I made because I never wanted you guys to have to go through the same things that I had to go through. I struggled and sacrificed so that you wouldn't have to, and I believe that that's the same relationship that Jesus has with us. He struggled and sacrificed his life. Oh yeah, that comparison. Yeah, don't play with me, nigga. Yeah, it's one of those.
Are you saying you're
No.
Jesus
Hey.
of our family? Yo,
I was made in his image. I'm just letting you know.
He's weak.
I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I didn't die for your sins, but I'm really, I'm trying to tell you, man.
You lived through
man, that's for you. It ain't even for me. You know what I'm saying? That's for you, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I use the correlation because really it is the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
No pun intended. You know, but it I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's the ultimate sacrifice of saying that, like, yo, I will be the sacrificial lamb. And I didn't do it when I was in the moment, in the season. I didn't do it thinking of you guys.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, right?
Yeah.
But I
know you just
I just had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But because of the things that I sacrificed in the season that I did, and the things that I did, and had to go through the trials and tribulations, was able to be a window or an opportunity for you guys to look into somebody's life that is close to you, that loves you immensely, that wants to see the best out of you, and say that the mistakes and the potholes that he's had to driven over, I can either go through that same road and avoid them or run right through them. And it behooves me to be able to swerve different potholes that he had to go through, because he loves me and told me that this is a pothole here, this is a pothole here, this is a corner that you don't want to hit hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you to decide to see from the things that I've been through and the time that I spent, and be able to say, I don't want to go through that. And so because of it, I'm going to shape my life in a direction and in a way, and swerve different things so that I don't have to go through that experience, that session, that moments in his life, and that turmoil, that pain, nigga.
Yeah.
It was some pain. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Pain,
I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? And so because of that, when we talk about having time away, when we talk about the things that other people have gone through, as much as we don't have the highest commodity and the biggest thing that we'll never be able to get back is our time. Having time away from the things that might not serve us, having time away from the things that might not help us and are hindering us, is also time away, is also a vacation away from, and it's self-love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think, as much as you talk about the things that you did do, there's so much things that you could have done.
Yeah, in that time.
And you didn't have time away from.
Yeah.
And you stayed in it.
Yeah.
Way longer than.
A lot of things that held me captive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Longer than it should have.
Longer than it should have, that I should have had some time away from, to be able to have the understanding and see it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
To say, man, that wasn't good for me.
So if I had to challenge, like, y'all, one thing.
Please, give it to them.
Take a month. If a month's too much, take a week.
Take a month.
Yeah,
Take
a month.
take a
A
month.
month is really nice, but
Yeah.
like, if you can't, take a month of a break, just from pick anything. And I feel like if I say pick something, something's gonna come to your head. Like, I don't have to give you examples. You're gonna feel it in your own life, and then just try it out. See for a month what happens.
If you can
get
be
that
away from
time
it.
away.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we just thank you so much for being here, to understand this new perspective, to have a new mindset, to be open enough and receptive enough to be able to take it. I want you guys to know that we love you, that we're proud of you, that we're praying for you, that we want what's best from you. And so because of that, we come every Sunday, every Wednesday to be able to sit down and
We record on Sundays.
we record
let's just
Sundays.
tell them, like,
Yeah, we record every Sunday. We record, and
Yeah.
then we bring it to you guys on Wednesday, so that every Wednesday we're able to be there for you guys. We sacrifice our days to be able to be there for you, the same way that Jesus sacrificed his life for you. So, Resurrection Sunday is why I had Sunday on my mind,
yeah.
right? But we do this because we want to see the best out of you. And all we ask from you is to be able to live a life and pay it forward. You know when you're in a Tim Hortons line or in a line and someone pays your bill, you're like, wow, you remember how
Never
good
had
you
that.
felt? You never had that?
Never in my life. I've had people buy me things, but never a rando.
Yeah, just a random person. Maybe we need to
Maybe I
start
don't
doing
got
that.
that.
Maybe
Maybe I
that
don't
needs to
have
be a
that
start
look.
challenge. Yeah, you know.
They don't want to help, sure.
Nah, the y'all them getting all the time. Let's keep it above.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
pay it forward. Pay the perspective forward. Pay the time that you've had forward. We want you to have time away from the mundane, from your regular schedule, to be able to free your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, but also have time to yourself and time away from things that don't serve you, right? You want to be your best self, and that's why you tune in every week, to be able to have a new perspective, to be able to get you through your week, through your month, through your year. And because we want what's best for you, we want you to be able to share it with people that you believe that you want what's best for them as well. So do the I don't want to say bare minimum, but do your part in giving back to your community, because you want your community to be edified and for you guys all to make it in the end, right? You don't want to be selfish. So we just thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. You guys know you guys got Roman here with you.
And Joshua.
We're here to give you guys a new perspective, and elevate your mindset at the same time. We just want you guys to be great. We thank you so much. Happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday, happy moments with your family and with your loved ones and with yourself. We got this, man. This is our year. Let's knock it out, man. Perspective Podcast. Tune in every week, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We love y'all. And it's just like that.